Greetings, YouTube. Outposters, one and all. I've been trying to start streaming on a regular basis on YouTube. I sort of have temporarily dropped off of Twitch for reasons I explained there, if anybody is there. And part of it is that I just stream in too much, overtaxing myself, too many different platforms. So I want to narrow it down a little and spend more time here. Hi, tiny house. So a couple of people have mentioned that it's a lot easier to hang out if I have a regular schedule for this. And I had planned to do that and once again forgot because of a very intensive writing project now. Whoa, that's trippy. There was like a time delay there. It's like looking in a mirror that's slightly slower than you. Whoa. Okay, I think it's quitting now. Wyatt, didn't your daughter have a birthday last time I streamed? Is that another daughter's birthday? I swear, your daughters have a birthday every single time I stream. Yes, Marla. It's not terribly cold here today. I haven't checked the temperature, but as you can see, I'm wearing a simple canvas jacket. Hands are a bit chilly, but yeah, it's pretty tolerable today. I left my jacket, my proper winter jacket, was unavailable to me today because my cat Bob chose it as his bed. So what can you do, right? I considered for like half a second, should I take it? Nah, I got other coats. I'll make do. So yeah, I hope that I'm able to stream out here because I'm going way off the range here, outside off of Wi-Fi. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I'll give you a little preview. So down yonder is my home, and I'm way out here, heading into the wilderness. This is my gear today. Got my ice cleats for this packed snow. I wanted to go out there actually, but I don't know if support me without snowshoes. I might just sink up to my knees if I try to walk on this. Let's try it out. Okay, it's holding up so far. Maybe I can do it. The snowshoes create a little, oh, there we go. Oh God. Okay, this is gonna be a little tricky. Yeah, you'll get to watch my alarm as I sink into the abyss every couple steps. Okay, this might not work. Very hard to walk in this. Whew, it actually stings a bit on the hands. Whew. These gloves are not really meant to be exposed to, they're meant to be like inside other gloves or at least inside my pockets. Hi, Megan. Hi. Birthday to her last time, but if it was whose ever birthday it is, happy birthday to you. Yeah, so I was just talking about how I'm trying to get into like a regular schedule. Okay, I can't do this. I can't walk. It's too soft. I'm going back to the road. you'll see what I'm dealing with here. If I walk off the trail, I just sort of, well, maybe it's crusty enough that I can sort of Jesus walk across to the road at least. If I'm very light stepped, I won't sink through the crust layer. So yeah, I'd like to stream regularly. It's just tricky to keep a strict schedule with my lifestyle being the way it is. Weekends, I'm trying to actually have a life, which is proving to be very difficult considering that I work full time and weekends are my only time to work on my stuff, my own writing projects. So it's like all writing all the time, which is a bit much. I'm still trying to figure out how to balance that. But I had a couple good weeks where I went out on the weekends, went to the local pub, had dinner, had a drink, chatted for a bit, and that kind of filled my tank. This weekend is pure grind because I'm trying to finish up this screenplay, send it so I can send it off and move on to the next phase. Actually have a little bit of a, maybe have some leisure time. Imagine that. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out the right day and time I could set to do this and then just like come back for it. Any bizarre news? Wyatt, well, there really is never bizarre news for me. They release their updates once in a while as to the state of the game. As far as I know, they still haven't confirmed an official release date. But I'm just doing my thing. I stay in my lane. Getting more and more excited about the narrative writing stuff that I'm doing for them. The videos that we're making are getting cooler and cooler, in my opinion. Getting deeper into the lore with them and, finding all these different ways that the characters can interact in the world. It's the scripts that I write, and it's such a pleasure to hear this guy's voice saying my lines, and then how it all comes together with the art and the music and everything. It's really fun. It's it's not like it's no Hollywood movie adaptation. It's hard to ever top that, but maybe the next best thing that I've experienced. Yeah, Marla is talking about the piles of the snow. I'll show you what's happening here. So this is what happens. The neighbor guy who does this with his bulldozer told me a while ago that he's running out of places to put the snow. Quite a while actually, so it's starting to kind of evaporate. See, I'm starting to lose the internet out here though. Maybe it's time to turn back. North Korea hasn't shown up in a while, Wyatt. I wonder what happened to them. I hope they're okay. They said nothing. One thing I would like to do it's such a weird app. It keeps telling me unable to connect. And then I hit reconnect, but as far as I can tell, I'm still here this whole time. Nobody's telling me that I'm gone. Bob, our Lord and Savior, is where he belongs, of course, curled up inside my winter coat, hence this thin jacket. We'll see him in a moment. I promise not to leave you until we see that. Watch this though. So satisfying. I thought it would crack in half, but no. Okay. Hey, Lavi. Welcome back. It's nice to see a few people from the Twitch world have migrated over here, being that I'm not really twitching anymore for now. Oh man, that was a good one. Man, I think this should just become a snow crunching stream. It's what a beautiful texture it is. It's like if this were a confection of some kind, like some kind of frosty dessert, man, that'd be delicious. Look at these like spikes from the wind driving it. All right, we are going to get back and say hi to Bob. People keep warning me that I show too much on my stream, that I reveal too much about my location in my videos, and that I should be more careful. So I'll just keep it zoomed right in, so you can't see anything as I approach my home. Personally, I don't worry about it that much. Anybody who is gonna drive like hours and hours from the nearest city, creep up this frost mountain and try to do me harm, I mean, they've earned their shot at that point. And I do have a gun, so they will earn their shot. Any stream where I accidentally show my street names or address, I'll just make sure I show the gun also. Just don't tell anyone that I only get one shot before it jams, and then I have to open it up and unjam it every single time. So it's basically a colonial musket. I get one shot and then I gotta stop and do that. But rest assured, I'll make it count. Bob is a person, Alanud. He's a tiny furry person. You'll see him in just a moment. As you can see here, this is my daily stroll highway. Thoroughly worn track into the snow here. It's quite a sight looking back. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Kristen. Hopefully seeing my Bob is, I don't know, nostalgic and comforting rather than too painful. There's a lot of Bob types out there. I've seen a lot of people who have cats that look exactly like him. I don't know how similar they are personality-wise. There's my cargo sled. This is how I haul my groceries to and from my car, which is way up there, because I just gave up on trying to get my driveway cleared. It's impossible. It's too far. This is fine. I get a little extra exercise. Yes, that is my piss hole. Can't be bothered to walk far off the property when I can just stand on my little porch here. I won't dwell on it too much, but here's my situation. And there he is, the man himself. Oh man, my hands are freezing in these little thin gloves. Hey Bobo, say hi. What a handsome man. That look. We doing this again? This stupid camera. Before I dive into snuggling the hell out of him, I'm going to answer Gunder Alex's question about the mural on my shed. I'm going to go show you that before I take my boots off. I did a video about this in more detail, which is back there, a few slots. I believe it's called why am I out here, or what am I doing, or something like that. Slightly covered by the giant mountain of snow. But yeah, there's the mural. This is it is complete. This is a design that a friend of mine created for me. That is he calls them sigils. He's like kind of a spiritual guy, and he does a lot of designs like this for different people that kind of are meant to like encapsulate some aspect of their lives or whatever they're trying to achieve. So we talked about it a little bit. I told him some of the things that my life was about right now and like what I wanted to aspire toward, and he came up with this design that tries to sort of tie all of that together. And it's basically like the whole concept of, the outpost being out here. I had like the idea of that I'm trying to discover treasure, which is this here. And then I can't remember if each one of these had a separate things, but it was like the idea of building, finding treasures out on the fringes of the world, and then like bringing them back to, the campfire community. And then, that's not really meant to be quite as literal of a Wi-Fi signal as that looks like. It's supposed to just be like the idea of broadcasting, because, I'm basically always alone out here. Any connecting to the global community that I do is done via broadcast. So that just seemed like a logical part of the image, to be like the idea of sending off the signal. So yeah, it's a really cool design. My official logo for Outer Edge Outpost, this channel, and everything else that I do with that. And yeah, look at that. I want to have him do another one for me, actually, that's like more personal. Hold on, I'm gonna get my Wi-Fi back on. Speaking of Wi-Fi, stream a little clearer now. Natasha, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. You said sorry about sharing videos with me. Did you do that in this chat? I don't see it. I see a couple retracted messages from other people. Oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe a moderator blocked your links. I think people usually are wary of links when they're posted in this kind of stuff. Some of my mods are a bit trigger happy with the banning. There's the rifle in question and the violin bow on it, which is actually just the most logical place for me to store it. But I also kind of love the visual contrast of it. It is sunset. Kudzem. It is 4 o'clock. And show you another fun addition to my lifestyle out here. So I've been having this problem lately, like when you take the boots off, the first boot is easy to remove because you have the other boot to push it off with. So like that's no problem. But then how do you get the second one off? Because usually these boots will be completely caked in snow. So if I peel that one off with my bare sock foot, my sock gets all wet and it's kind of painful on the toe. So I got this ancient technology called a, what is it called? Like a boot horn or something? I can't remember what it's called. But it's remarkably effective. You just kind of stick it on there. And best thing about it is it's a boot jack. That's what it is. Yeah. Best thing is it's a bug for some reason. I don't know what this is, why. But like a lot of these boot jacks are built in the design of appears to be a stag beetle or something. It's not a shoehorn, tiny house. Shoehorn is to get your foot in the shoe. This is the opposite of that. But yeah, it's just a little cast iron guy. I'm gonna have to come up with a name for him. Seriously, Marla, isn't it hilarious? Like I've been living that the one wet sock life my whole life. 43 years of getting my sock muddy and wet and cold and hurting my toe to peel off that boot. And all it took was a $20 little piece of antique cast iron. And my life just gets so much easier. Things like that really strike me when it happens, that it's like there are so many really simple ways to improve our lives in like pretty significant ways. So many times that I've just had a problem that I've just suffered for no reason for years and years, decades. And then one day I'm just like, you know what? Enough. There's got to be a solution to this problem. And you just like do a quick search and like, there it is. Boot jack. Thing that's been around since the cowboy days or whatever. Just never really thought about getting one. And one click, it's in the mail, and there it is. Now life is just much, much easier. And it makes you wonder, like, how many other ways we might be doing that, you know? Like, how many things are constant frustrations in our lives are we just, like, tolerating unnecessarily? I'm a big fan of not suffering for no reason, fixing things. It's kind of contrary to the way I was raised, because I grew up really poor, and so my mom and dad, like, their guiding philosophy was just to never spend money. So it was like, it wasn't about fixing things or making your life better. It was about what is the cheapest possible way we can do everything. And it took a long time to like push out of that, and I still clash with my mom sometimes because she's gotten over it somewhat too, but there's still a little bit of that like poverty mindset. It's like, no, never buy anything, just suffer in silence. And it's like, mom, it's $10. We can afford if something is costs an infinitesimal percent of your budget and improves your life by like 80%. There's a math to it, So I like to improve things. Goodbye, Marla. Boot brush is another thing that I need to get for this snow situation. I actually tried to buy one of those the same day, but the farm store didn't have any in stock. Well, scrolling here. And yeah, Wyatt, I mean, like, there are things you just can't afford. Like there's a personal logic to all those decisions. But I think that like having a flat principle of like just don't spend money is not necessarily the way to go, because sometimes like you spend it strategically, whatever amount you have, you spend the right amount of money in the right places, and it produces dividends by just improving your life proportionally. If you could spend $5 and have massively less pain for hundreds and hundreds of days, that's totally worth it. All right, guys. This is just a quick one. I just wanted to check in and take a walk with you all. I did promise you a proper Bob cuddling, and I didn't deliver yet. So here we go. Get it, Bob. It's belly time. Look at that face. I've been kind of having a angsty relationship with Bob lately, because he's been really annoying because of the weather. He doesn't go outside, and he doesn't really entertain himself, so he just like hassles me all day. And I'm really busy, and I'm trying to work on this screenplay, and Bob's always like, meow, 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 entertain me, make the toy move, do this, do that. So I like it when he's mellow like this. A little moment of peace. Yeah, Bob almost never bites from the belly rub. Only when he's feeling really crazy. Usually he's super into it. Claudia's coming in with the out of left field warm bodies questions. Claudia, I would say the film is about 30 to 40% different. That's my rough estimate. Plot-wise, it's probably maybe 70% the same. Tone and vibe, maybe 40% similar. Definitely more different in tone and vibe than it is in plot. But that's just the nature of adaptations for radically different mediums and markets. So it is what it is. And on that note, I wish you all a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.